Like, I tried to tell him what to do. Reshi has an idea of what to do, and Docker is just gonna follow whatever we do. And he's like, you tell him like, yo, you're gonna boost us up there, and he's gonna do it. So everyone is just all along having fun right now. It's like, I guess we have the toughest competition over with Poland and with the Nordics. So we've done them in the first games, and now we can just have fun in the game, hopefully.
All right. So the next game coming up is going to be Chivalry Night. Yeah, I already see some laughs there. I know that her team, or at least she, has been practicing that game. How about you guys? Have you tried it at all, or are you just going to let it surprise you and see what's coming up for you?
Well, I've just played it like an hour ago, I did a training, and like one of the guys in the training told me that I'm a really good fighter, so I think I'll be good in this game. But, well, I've never played this game before, so...
Okay, but the AI in-game told you you're doing fine.
Yes, exactly. So I think, I'm really good in this game.
Okay, no, I think that would basically make you a pro in that game. What? No, you're welcome. We'll see how you guys are doing in that game, as this is coming up, and it's definitely going to be interesting. And if you never heard of that game, you can now take a look at it.
Gather your allies. Sharpen your sword. Chivalry Medieval Warfare is joining forces with Spike's Deadliest Warrior for a lethal expansion. With epic new maps and online multi-team battles, the best first-person slasher unites the most elite warriors from throughout the ages. Select your champion, join the action, and prove once and for all who is deadliest. Chivalry, Deadliest Warrior, coming soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are just waiting for the players to be set up here, and we'll be getting ourselves prepared for the next game coming up. As mentioned, it's going to be Chivalry Deadliest Warrior. I'm not too sure about this one myself. I haven't played it too much.
It's a brawler, Pansy. It's a brawler.
Thank you very much.
It's when the men are separated from the men.
Are you a fan of this game?
I actually was a real big fan of this game.
Oh, that's cool.
I really enjoyed this game when it came out in beta. There were a lot of bugs in it during beta, and using any kind of range weapon was almost impossible.
I did try it out. I tried to be an archer, and it went very poorly.
I did?
Very poorly.
It's difficult to aim. Like,
I find that quite difficult,
especially with the fact, like, in the initial stages, like, unless you had like a really, really high-powered machine, you couldn't get a decent FPS.
Okay.
So, like, imagine trying to aim at things at long range when you're seeing, like, maybe 10 frames a second.
I can see the issues. I understand them.
But once the legit game came out, it was actually, like, a lot easier to play, like, lower settings and all that kind of jazz. So it was, a lot better. But what we're going into, which is a free-for-all kind of mode, this is going to be chaotic.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of free-for-all myself, and it was pretty manic. So I don't know how this is going to go down. So for every kill, it equates to a point, and then the team with the most kills will win overall. So I'm not sure. I don't know who's, what we're really getting into here. And the teams, of course, are setting up themselves. So it's going to take a little bit of time to discuss through. But as said, the mode will be free-for-all. Each team member plays 2 rounds of 6 minutes. So they'll be rotating on and off. Each kill will equate to 1 point, and the team with the most kills wins. So kind of just summarizing what there really is. And there's the rule set for you in case you didn't see it, but didn't hear about them. Very simple. You guys get it at home. You're not stupid.
There's going to be a lot of backstabbing. Like, more than anything else, there's going to be a lot of backstabbing.
Yeah.
Like, you take the initial battle, and then you just try and, like... Okay. You just try and take these last hits wherever you possibly can.
Yeah. And are you any aware of the classes we might see? What's even? There must be a wide variety.
I have no idea in this version.
No, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Because initially when I got the sheet, I was like, oh yeah, it's just like it's chivalry, like medieval warfare. But it's actually the newer version of it. So
yeah, the trailer looked quite interesting. There's a lot more classes I've seen there, and kind of.
It's still going to be fairly easy to work out, I'm fairly certain.
Sword pokes player does die.
Yeah. like our previous conversation, how do we break esports down to the very, very basics? Well, this is the way we do it.
Yeah, we like to keep it simple.
Yeah, like you kill the enemy. That's easy.
Okay, so I'm going to see how this one works out. We are just trying to log in ourselves here. I'm just going to try and make sure it works. Of course, players just get themselves set up as well. It's taking a little bit of time. Just
we're getting ourselves set up too.
Have to do it ourselves. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of games going on today, so it takes a little bit of tweaking and adjusting.
Just got to switch from one to the next.
Yeah, it's always very difficult for me. Very difficult. I'm not a smart person. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think I've got the game working.
Yeah, you're actually in the game.
I think so. Yeah, I've done well for myself. I should be proud. I am proud.
You're good to go.
Yeah. Okay, so I just need to wait and find the server. Don't know how that works.
That's I would say you probably go to your filter.
Oh.
Your server filter.
Oh wow, yeah. This is all making sense now. This has become majestic.
Oh, do we actually have a name for it all?
Probably not. We're gonna find out.
Do we have a password? Do we
Probably
actually have a server?
No.
I don't know. Well,
these are mysteries.
If worst comes to worst, we just we jump into the wonderful perspective.
I can see it. Let's
you got it?
remember we have the microphone on. Let's see if that works. Oh. Yes. Oh, I think.
Boom.
Okay, now I need to remember how to become a spectator, because this is not my normal game, bearing in mind. This is not my normal game at all. And is that the thing I must type in here? Wonderful.
Boom.
Okay. Oh, did a space bar. Did a space bar? Did a space. Don't want that. All right. So I'm not sure how to spectate this game. This is going to be the one that's going to baffle me. Not actually played as a spectator, or I don't think you can play as a spectator or been as a spectator, so not sure how this works. Loading screen,
Personally,
though.
I've never tried to spectate this game, but there are features to do it.
Oh, there's a spectate button! This is more competent than some of the games.
I know what you want to say. I know exactly what you want to say.
Okay.
So yeah, you should be able to click and go to first person, which is what we want to be in. Because that stuff is brutal.
Okay. No.
Okay, well, so
No.
we're going to get third person view?
It seems like it.
Okay, cool. You might actually want to hit escape and look at your keys.
All right, observer. Let's see if I can work this out.
So perspective is through spacebar.
You sure?
Because it says spectator perspective.
All right, this guy. This goddamn guy.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's gone well, Toby.
So there's no perspective.
No, we have no perspective here.
Fantastic. In that case, we'll be looking at this entire game through third person, which is
like World of Tanks.
So you got to get that perfect little move with the cursor so we can follow the action.
Yeah.
I believe in your abilities, Pansy.
I don't.
I 100% believe in your abilities.
I feel I'm under pressure now. I'm not sure I can handle the pressure. You know, you're a big deal. Look, he's armless.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like I told you, it's
I can
very, very
really
brutal.
close-ups on his face. I'm really enjoying the spectator client though. It's very.
No. So what you normally get on any character you play, you have two weapons. One's going to be your range, which for the two guys we're looking at right now inside the game where the guys are warming up, it's a crossbow as well as just a long sword. But you can have different options, and depending on where your sword is, you actually
I became free cam.
You deflect or.
I became free cam. I didn't know I could do that.
That's probably because everyone said.
Don't be smart.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. Wait, is Mitch alive? Oh, hey Mitch, how you doing?
Mitch is here. Hang on. Can Mitch actually spectate and move between perspectives?
Maybe, but let's check back in with that scoreboard. Give you guys an update. Team France still reigning supreme currently on 67 points. Germany not too far behind on 51. And the Nordic side actually tied up on that. Poland not too far away either. So this game could actually change things up at the top four there by some substantial amount. So this could be quite an interesting one, I feel.
Yeah, could be really nice and close, but we'll see who is more handy with a sword.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the thing about Deadliest Warrior is that it's a little bit different to the original. In the original, we had 4 classes. In the original Chivalry, it was Knights, Man-at-Arms, Vanguards, and Archers, right? So they're all very similar. Knights were sort of very heavy armored, but could deal good damage. Your Vanguards were a little bit of an in-between class. They could do what Knights could do. They could still hold the double-handed sword. Archers were Archers, of course, and Man-at-Arms were sort of lightly armored people that could move fast. Here, it's different. So you have Samurai, who are really quite versatile. Obviously, they use the katana. Spartans have good range, good reach with their spears. They can also throw them. And we have the Vikings, the Berserker type class, high damage, high armor as well with their speed. Like they're quite a strong class.
Okay.
And we also have a few other ones as well. So like it's a lot different. The basic tenets are the same. And the way you fight is very similar as well. So you have to have a really good awareness of what's around you in this, especially if it's free-for-all. It is literally every team for themselves, and last man standing will be winning the game. So maybe we might see some tactics. People maybe just sit back and be a little bit safer sometimes. And that might help.
I actually thought this map was called Fertility Valley. It's Fertile Valley.
Similar.
But my brain, not sure where it is, but I'm hoping I can keep joining these.
Yeah, that's not the word. Yeah, boom.
Man, this spectator client's actually not bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's actually pretty decent. But still, these were the games that a couple of players were depending on picking up a few more points. I think we know that Lieutenant Zonda will be kind of banking on Project Cars a little later on. He feels that's his big play to come in. But I know a couple of others were far more, let's say, competent in this sort of game. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Can't wait till we start the bloodshed.
Yeah, I think we're underway here in game. It looks like a lot of Knights coming out here as well, especially on the blue side.
They might need to remake.
It's the wrong side though, because we're not playing team versus team. It's free for all.
Yeah, that's right.
So we need a remake, and we're also on the wrong map, I believe. We're meant to be.
Oh damn it, guys!
I think we're meant to be Bamboo Forest.
Look how they look hilarious when they run. I'm not gonna lie. The running animation makes me laugh. That's fantastic.
That is that's pretty good. You can also you can press C, I think, and you make a battle cry, which is kind of fun as well. So yeah, we'll see. I think it looks like the Nordic. I expect Vikings.
You reckon they'll actually go along with like what they're meant to in theory?
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
I don't know if they'll do that.
Not really sure.
Choose your class by where you're actually from.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not really banking on yourself succeeding at much, then yeah, that can make sense.
But yes, we probably will have the remake here.
Yay, remakes. I still want to go first person. I feel as though that should be an option.
Yeah.
It's not working though.
Doesn't seem to be, which is
very
kind
upsetting.
it's kind of weird. So spectator
I can
function.
free cam.
So you can free cam and you can third person.
Yeah. I'll do some beautiful, like, panoramic views. And,
We'll watch the bloodbath.
yeah, from a lovely different angle. Wow. So, I think the players need a couple of minutes, just get everything set up correctly and get everything in the right place at the right time and make sure the game is prepared for our brave victims, I can imagine, in a couple of minutes. So, guys, we're going to head back over to Zoe for a quick chat.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I have once more Alexandra joining me here on the desk. She is one of the representatives from NVIDIA. And now asking you guys maybe, how do you like the tournament so far? Are you happy with how it went?
I really love it. I mean, the atmosphere is really nice. Everybody's talking to everybody, but it's getting more and more competitive. With the last CSGO match, we got our ass kicked, basically. But it's all right. It's all right. The French people are still talking to the German team and the Nordic team, but it's getting closer and closer. Like, the scores. We don't know anymore what to think. And I know that the French community is behind us, and I know that all the communities of each country is really pushing their teams, the local teams. So it's really tense,
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, I mean, you speak French, so maybe you root for the French team here. How about the other NVIDIA employees? Is it the same? Like everyone has kind of their favorite team they're kind of rooting for?
We are basically picking on each other. Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's good spirit. Overall, it's really good spirit. We just want people to have fun and enjoy the show we made for them. So really nice. So.
It's really fun, and I have to say it's really fun to see when they're failing. When they're really not good at a game, I enjoy this 100% more than if they actually excel. So let's actually quickly look at the scoreboard to take a look at where the teams are standing currently. As there we go, Team France. Yeah, I see a happy Alexandra right there is still leading. However, Germany is close up, and Team UK and Spain and Italy, they're pretty far behind. Do you think they still have a chance of getting back in potentially the top three here?
They can. I'm still waiting for project cards. If you look at the rule, they will be able to bid points. So everything can change with the last race. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Definitely. Is there any surprise looking at the scoreboard? Was there a team you thought would do better or maybe doing worse than they did?
I wasn't sure about Team France being first. So that's an amazing surprise. The team is really great. Regarding